Hello everybody, Forest Mountains here. Today with test video for this Spyderco YOJIMBO number 2. This is gonna be, let's say, some kind of bushcraft test and save your words. I would say, I know this is not an outdoors knife. This is described as a self-defense and EDC, and this is gonna be that EDC test, part of EDC tests for this knife. So why I can't have this one as a, let's say, slicer or something to my most of carried two knives, big ones, that Tops Helion Elite. This is the slicer now with fine, very fine tip, and this is the hard worker, or my cookery, and the same. This is the slicer and this is the hard worker. So why not in this combination? This is what I'm testing last, let's say, month, or I don't know how long I've got this knife, this YOJIMBO. So this is the EDC part. So what if I'm in the forest and I want to, let's say, start a fire and do these things around? First thing. Second thing, I needed to reprofile that edge. As we know now, it chafes. Yes, it chafes, not like before. I don't know if that was the problem when I cut few cardboards, but if that was the problem, that it didn't chafe in my room, that was the problem. Too fragile, too thin real edge, cutting edge. So there is the secondary convex. It is still very fine here, but I trust the edge much more. Secondary convex, it works better, and it should work better even for these let's say, wood processing, because it wasn't that good as I wanted. Let's start. What is it not this knife good for? And I wouldn't do that normally, any kind of delimbing, you know. See, because this is the probably thinnest part. I will do it if necessary, but I won't do that, because that steel with such thin, I wouldn't trust it. I would be worried about to chip the edge. So I wouldn't delimb. I can take any stick or something like that and do it. Anyway, if I will have that bigger chopper, then I will do it in that way. Anyway, I wouldn't do that, but it's possible for these small tiny things. What normally we shouldn't do is to baton, even with a folder. But I've got this one. See, let's say I found this piece of spruce. There is not a knot. That's nice. There's not a knot, and that's important because I wanna have more. I can cut off some pieces. Normally with a folder, we shouldn't baton anyway with a folder, but when batoning with a folder, we should do it in this way, right? Baton here, but I'll try, because I did batoning with many my folders. It's not recommended, but since I'm hitting this one from the top, it's absolutely all right. As more I go to each side, then that more I will put the lock under the stress. But this is what I need. This is what I need. I don't need more. I mean, I don't need to do something really hard. So let's put it like a bit harder test for folders, because as I said, this is dry wood, so there is definitely a reason why I do this. And because I see, or I know what is it, the wood, I check it for knots, it should be all right, even as I said. That's because the angle, I'm here, I want you to see. Now, okay, these three pieces are enough for what I need to make a kindling, something like that. So, how this one works? Yeah, it was a little bit off. Seems to me that the lock was a little bit on the side, on the middle, something like if you got a liner lock, but no problem. What I want to say, it loses a little bit more. I mean, that pivot loses a little bit more, so now it works more easy, because that one was a bit tough. Now it works nicely. Okay, what about centering? No problems there. See that? No problems there. So that was nice. I don't recommend to do this one standard, but you won't see me, you will see this one, I hope. So see these very fine. What is it good on this knife definitely is that handle. The handle shape is really great. That's what I have to say. What is it I want here? I'll do it more, but just for you to see how fine these are. With this holding, it works great. I'll try this one, like choking up a little bit close, and I hold this knife in this way, just like that, here and here. Surprisingly, it works a bit better for handling. I got more pressure on the edge, I feel that, but for this one I want to see more, and this is absolutely for this 8 centimeters, so a bit over 3 inches blade or edge. Actually, it's absolutely all right. What about scraping, if I have to do it? Well, somehow I can make something like this one, but it's not like some others which are made for that. So to make shavings like this one with this fine edge is probably the best way. Yeah, it shouldn't surprise us, because this is hollow grind. Yeah, I feel as more I'm go deep, the hollow grind wants to turn into the wood more and more, so that's something I have to be careful about. It's a bit windy, so we will see. Anyway, it works nicely, so I can do it. Okay, it's a bit fat wood, that's what I want normally, right? So what about fur? Could you see that? Could you see that? Not really. Sorry. Yeah, now it's better. So it can make sparks. We've got a fire. So for this very basic tasks, what I need from a knife, if in this outdoors you use, is to be able to make a kindlings and start a fire with ferro rod. This Spyderco YOJIMBO 2 fulfill the tasks both, so that's great. What I want from this knife, like something else, I want to separate material. Okay, I can break it, of course. So this one, but anyway, I want to see how this one works. So I can break it. Now I can break it with more designated area, which could be the point to do this. Now we see nicely always when it starts to stop, because there is the change of the angle, the whole grind increases the angle and then it stops, like because it wants to. So okay, and now so I got it. Now let's see the lights playing around. Now make a pointy stick. Another thing I want from my, let's say this, yeah, this is piece of cake. This is piece of cake. Sub 8 centimeters blade. Real edge is even shorter. Very nice and pointy. What if I want to make a trap, because I need to. What about some triggers? It sinks into wood very nicely, of course, because of that hollow grind. I have to be careful because it's easy to chip it out. Okay, because this is a straight edge. This is one from the best kind of edges for that, because I can make even slices. I mean, even how we say that, 90 degrees to that chop in, I would say, when I go down. So I want to go this way, and I will keep the alignment still this one. There will be no curvatures. That's what I want to say. Absolutely great. Let's see again the light, how it works there. Anyway, because the chop straight chop there ends, so I have to cut it a little bit more. I don't want to chop or baton too much on the folder. I know it is still a folder. I don't want to do it if it's not necessary, but anyway, if I want to do triggers, this is absolutely fine. What about some chest pulls? Very nice, very nice. I think I've done everything I wanted. Batoning, fire starting, kindlings, point sticking, this one. Yeah, I think that's generally what I need from my, if that, let's say I hunt a fish, so I have to gut it off with this one without any problems. I did it with much thicker blades than this one, so this is absolutely nice to open a fish, let's say, and cut it off and then eat it. Of course, what is gonna be the problem? Okay, final conclusion, because it goes to that. This is really great knife in general design. Great handle, no fatigue when I did these few slices, cuttings, no problems. Even the clip is absolutely fine. I haven't feel any problem even with that chest pull, so it's hidden under my fingers. No problems there, so everything was fine. What I realized I haven't shown you is this is what I found when I was playing with the knife. You got this hook, let's say, or the eye. The point is, It's about half of an inch. That's I guess it's exactly half of an inch, 12 millimeters, a bit more. That's what I want to say. So you can use it in this way. That's what I realized at home. Something here, if I want to do it, see that? So I can use it in this way and to make something like this one, or what I haven't shown you is, okay, I'll try this one. This is for first time. That was only idea. That was the only idea. So if you got stick something like this one, something like this one, which should, okay, which should go there. It won't go there. It's still a bit more thicker. Okay, I'll try. This is a test. I haven't done it yet, so this is just my idea. Let's say this will be round stick made of harder wood, doesn't matter. And I want to have those fine parts. If I'll stick it there, and if I'll do it, if I will angle, if this one, okay, so if this one will make more, if I can produce more those fine, this is, you know, this is it. Yeah, it works, guys. That's what I want. As same as I scrape the ferro rod, there are fine pieces. Okay, I'll bring them on there. These are from that stick, from the stick taken by the eye and the pulling. So if I'll spend some time, not much, but let's say 1-2 minutes to do with this, I will have probably more kind of very fine dust, something like this one, to start a fire with a ferro rod. So this is something I realized. Another thing, another tips are, sometimes you might see on that trucker knife, those eyes for arrows. They are usually 8 millimeters, something like that. This is 12 millimeters. So you can make something roundish. So it's really helpful for that. I know it's not meant to be like that, but you know, I'm trying to find different ways how to use my tools. So back to conclusion. Great knife. There is only really downside for me with this knife. It's the hollow grind. I guess the hollow grind holds the knife back. It could be much better if there will be simply flat from this grind, from the general grind down. If that will be flat, no hollow, and then simply, okay, secondary convex or just standard edging, because that will be not that fragile like this one. It will split a little bit more, and that power, because how thin the knife is, the power of that cut or something, if that will be 0.5 millimeter thicker here on this spot, really here, if that will be 0.5 millimeter, or yeah, 0.5 millimeter should be all right. But let's say if that will be 1 millimeter more, and that will be a little bit higher somewhere, I don't know if you see that, somewhere here. Okay, try to do it this way, somewhere here, there, about 1 millimeter thicker, so the angle will be not so tiny, I would say, and the tip will be not that fine. The performance, poking, stabbing performance will be just a bit, very minor, less than now, but the overall knife will perform better for slicing, cutting. It will be simply more durable. What about the weight? How much weight will we put? 5-10 grams more? No more like this one, so no any problem with that. Then I guess that will be really, I would say, perfect knife. Perfect knife. That's what I want. Again, as I baton to that, the lock was stacked, same like liner lock. It works like liner lock. If you baton with liner lock, it moves there towards the edge. This one works the same, but from the opposite side. But centering still perfect. no problems there. So success for me. Without the hollow grind, perfect knife. With the hollow grind, we need to be a bit careful, of course, for that scraping. This one, if there will be a coating on it, which there are, the coated knives, coated versions, even the long one, that will be probably a different story, I think. But otherwise, yes, as an EDC, forest EDC, let's say, I mean, especially if you've got some bigger knives, absolutely fine. I don't know how this one will work with some kind of food prep, but I will put it into another test. Thank you very much. Spyderco YOJIMBO number 2. For me, succeed. Thank you very much. Have a great time. Bye.